Hello everybody, welcome to Grave Mobile Gaming. So, I had made a video about making a star ship or unit, and in that video, I was just talking about statistically how to do it. Because there is a math to it. So, at that time, I had 1 star. I made my second star using that video's protocol, procedure, whatever you want to call it. And I spent many hours recording trying to get another one on video so that I could show everybody that it did in fact work. I eventually gave up because I couldn't get it on video in time. And then as soon as I didn't have a recording, then I made another one. Since I made that video, I made 4 stars since making that video. It's not a science, it's not luck, it's just a percentage, and there's ways to increase that percentage. Mostly by numbers usually wins. So, I mean, at stage 5, first limit break is 2.7%. So, 2 out of 100 is going to be a star. So, my friend, Daddy Jim, thank you for showing me this. He pointed out a star farm, and I was like, what the heck is a star farm? And I was very intrigued by it. So what I'm doing is there's 2 ways you can do this. You can build a bunch of them if you have the space, which I didn't, so I'm using my alt. And you can go out, kill fleets to level them up to at least 5. That way it's free, you ain't got to spend your EXP tokens or whatever. And then once you get them all to level 5, remember this is Tier 2 Los Angeles class. And I'm doing Los Angeles class because you can tier it all the way up to Typhoon. If you start with the Nox, you can only take that up to an Indy, and if you start with the I forget the name of the third one, but the Destroyer, you can only tier it up to an Arleigh Burke class Destroyer. So doing subs would be your best bet when you're building regular ships. Okay, so step 1. Build a bunch of tier 1, 2, or 3s. Step 2. Get them to level 5. You can do this free by attacking fleets. It took me 3 fleets to get them to level 5, I think. Super easy. Or you could just use your EXP tokens or your limit break rewards, which actually come in kind of handy for this. So, I went from having 5 stars yesterday to having 7. So I made 2 stars, 2 star ships in an hour and 10 minutes. Collectively throughout the last 24 hours or so. If I can sit down and do it all day, of course I can make many more. But I made the first one and I wanted to make a second for the video, and I was able to do it fairly quickly. It's a numbers game. Now, if you do it up to level 20, then your chance increases to 4%. But the cheapest way is just, dude, get them to level 5, break them. If you want to do 10, break them. If you have the room and have the extra EXP or want to take time to level them up to 10, do that. For sure do that. I do. Don't go past 10, there's no need. If it gets past 10, put a couple traits on it, decommission it, get the Hall of Fame bonus, move on to your next set. The goal is to have 100% stat increase. Some of them are 70, I think I've seen a 20, but you want 100%. So with that being said, once you get the star, you see what it is. I'll show you here in a second. You'll see. I'll click on it and it'll say 70, I think. You want hundreds. I have a couple of those. So then you want to level it up to level 20. You tier it up. It'll drop down a few levels. Bring it back up to 20 again. Tier it up again. it should go Trav class, then your Sea Wolf, and then your Typhoon class. So, why is it important to have starred ships? Starred ships, depending on how it broke, and it can go from 20 to 100%. That is a stat bonus. So, for example, you can have a starred ship that only gives 20% stat bonus, but that's still a starship. It's still better than any ship of the same level that's not a star. Now, again, the 100% gives you a 100% stat bonus. These are what makes the world go round. This is what makes you have power. So, with that being said, I wish I'd known this earlier. Starships is key to having a very powerful base. I suggest everybody have or start working on making stars as a priority. Focus all your experience into your starships, all your traits into your starships, and you will be powerful. So as you can see, I made my starred Los Angeles class, but after I tear it up here in a few hours, it'll be a Typhoon, and I start over again. Now, I'm not a Typhoon player. I have Typhoons. They're good. But I focus on frigates because everybody uses submarines, and frigates are strong against submarines. So it's only logical to try to have better frigates. For me, anyway. That's just how I roll. Now, you can do this with the advanced ships as well. Unfortunately, it's not as easy. But in order for you to get those higher tier destroyers and frigates, you have to do it that way. Or you can do it the way I originally told you, and that's just level them up and pray you make enough to get one. Which I got really lucky. I made 2-star enhancements. I only have 6 total. That's, what, 33%? That's pretty good. So again, remember, if you do frigates and destroyers on the regular ships, you can only tier it up to either A, Indy, or B, Arleigh Burke class destroyers. Otherwise, you have to go in and do the advanced ships in order to get the higher tiers. Which sucks, but it's still easier than leveling them up, wasting all your time and energy on a ship that'll never be a star. And you don't want that. You want every ship to be a star. Alright, so I'm rambling at this point. So, point is, you can make a star for free and very cheaply, very quickly and efficiently. Tiering up, now that does cost resources and it gets more expensive the higher you go, unfortunately, but it's worth it. So if you're going to tier up anything, tier up your stars. And real quick, I'm not for sure, so don't quote me on this, but in order to get a 2-star ship, you have to limit break 2 starred ships to get a double star ship. If you found this video useful, please give me a like and a subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope that this helps y'all. And that's all I got for today. Alright, Grave out.